Some of y'all are cracking me up. Like, the first time it dipped to like 50, people lost their minds. They didn't know what to do. And by some people, or some of y'all, I mean me. The first cool day we had, I was like, okay, this is the moment I've been preparing for. Let me bust out some of my sweaters that I've been working on. Wear them with shorts. I don't care. It's a little breezy out. It's fall. It's sweater weather. This is our time. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. It's hilarious. And some of y'all need to take y'all Halloween decorations down because it's not time for all that spooky season stuff yet. It's still September. Don't do that. Let's get into it. Take 26. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome back to another episode of the Piece for Peace Crafting Podcast. I'm Michael, and this is my yarny corner of the YouTube verse. To any new viewers, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you enjoy all of the content that is gonna be in this episode. If you want to find me on other social media, you can find me on Instagram as Piece4PeaceCrafting, on Ravelry as Piece4PeaceCraft, and if you're into music, you can follow the playlist that is on Spotify at Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast Playlist. It's a lot, but it's there. Also, if you have trouble, a couple people reached out to me saying they had trouble finding the playlist. If you're on Insta, shoot me a message and I will gladly help you. I've been sort of guiding people there because I know sometimes it's difficult and the name is entirely too long just to find by typing in, and then you miss something and then it doesn't work and then you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Anyway, it's there. Hit me up if you can't find it. Okay, what's good, everybody? I'm coming to you. It hasn't really been 2 weeks because my last video was posted on a Monday, so it's been a little under 2 weeks, but I'm hoping to get back on schedule now. Yeah, things have been crazy. Work is picking up, so lots of teaching, going out into schools in person, which is wild, teaching little nuggets, everyone's masked. It's cool. It's nice to be like sharing that energy again, just like moving people through space, which is really nice. It is getting a little bit, well, it got a little bit cool here. I'm in Chicago for like a couple days, but then today it's like in the 70s and the rest of the week it's gonna be almost 80. So it was like a little taste. Now we bring it back. And then I'm sure in true Chicago fashion, like in 2 weeks it'll be snowing. So we'll just prepare for that. Otherwise, I've gotten a little bit of crafting done. Yeah, so I have some fun stuff to share and show all of you. Also, this is our last episode of the year of this podcast. Like, my next episode will be like our podiversary, which is crazy to me to think that like a year ago I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring of this like podcasting universe and see what happens. But it's been really dope to be in this space, to meet a bunch of new people, to chat with a bunch of people. Like, I love reading the comments, try to reply back to everyone. Not try, I do. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, but you get what I'm saying. And just like meeting folks on Insta and getting to Zoom with some folks, it's been really lovely. So yeah, it's been a fun year and I look forward to whatever the next year has to offer. yeah, if you all have any suggestions for the upcoming year, drop them in the comments below. I don't do tutorials. I can barely teach myself new things. That's not true. That's literally not true. I don't fancy myself a tutorial person, even though I teach for a living. You sort that one out. Yeah, if you want to see more of something in the next year coming up, drop it down below. That would be really dope. Last thing is shout out to all of the people who left comments on the last video for like toe up sock patterns. You all are the real MVPs. Like, get it? I made a huge list, and so I'm gonna be going through them a little bit more in depth to like figure out where I want to start. I feel really fidgety today. Sorry. Yeah, I want to take a second to just like think about all of them, take a look at some of them, and just see like what's gonna be the best place for me to start. And then I'm gonna cast on that fiberpunk yarn because I'm so excited about it. All right, cool. Enough rambling. Let's get into it, shall we? Where to start? Okay, a couple FOs. I think that was everything. I hope I'm not missing something. A couple FOs. Where's my other little bag? Oh my gosh, it wouldn't be a podcast if you weren't being a disaster. Here it is. Okay, so first things first, I'm the realist. Shout out if you know that song lyric. Okay, so first thing, I have told myself that I can't cast on a new shawl. This is so silly. Until the Stephen West MCAL starts. If you watch the channel over the past year, you know, like, I enjoy knitting shawls. They're like my socks. Like, I always want one on the needles. I do wear them. I may have made a couple for other people. Is that true? Yeah, a couple for other people. But mostly I make them for myself. I feel like they're a nice medium-sized thing. Although I know I knit a schlanket size like all the time, so like how is that a medium size? But it just doesn't seem like it's a lot to me. So I told myself I couldn't cast on another shawl until that came out. So I've been doing a lot of small projects. So this is a 2-for-1. I made a couple dishcloths. The ends aren't woven in, so whatever. They're done though. So I used the Grandma's Favorite, which I've heard a bunch of people talk about. So I was like, let me go over and check this out. Yeah, it's a free pattern. Grabbed it, looked at it, and this has been perfect because I am commuting again some days, and so I can throw something small in my bag to have with me. So this has been my, like, while I'm on the bus coming home project. It's small enough. I mean, people aren't really sitting next to you on the bus, so like I can just sit and do my own thing. Anyway, I really like them. I love this yarn. So the yarn I used is the KnitPicks Dishy Twist, and it's 190 yards for 100 grams. And this, I believe, where's the color? Oh, this is the Kane color. So it's, it's the Dishy Twist, which is 100% cotton. I really like it. So I got 2 already, and I think I can get one more out of, I'm pretty sure I can get one more out of this because this doesn't, I could weigh it, but just by feeling it, I know that there's still enough in there for me to get one more. So these are really cool. I'm excited to try them out both in the kitchen and in the bath. Just to see. It's like, my roommate and I were talking about like, oh, we should get like washcloths and dish towels, and I'm like, I will just make some. So I showed this to them like when I got home, and I was like, oh, I made one of these like on the bus. We'll put them in the kitchen. They were like, great, we love that story. So this was my first 2-for-1. Very excited. Small project. These are in one of my little beautiful sister bags. It's got the Chicago stars on it, so we love that. Great to throw in my backpack while I'm traveling. All right, the next FO I have, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen teasers of this. I'm so excited. This was a lot of fun, and I can't believe it's done, actually. So, I finished my Bubbles and Brioche shawl. The ends are not woven in because it's been sitting on the blocking mats, so I'm going to weave those in today, but it's done. And I did the weave and Steven technique, so all I have to do is snip all the ends. But, are you ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Da-na-na-na-da-da. Shout out to Jock Jams. Here we go. Here it is. What? Okay. Can we... Oh my God. I've said this 100 times. I know the multiple colors are Hocus Pocus. Definite Beetlejuice vibes. So I'm nicknaming it my Beetlejuice shawl. Let's do a little wrap so we can talk about it. So what I did is I used... It's a fingering weight shawl. And what I used was KnitPicks Stroll, I want to say. Yes, Stroll for the brioche section. So that was just the black and white. And then all of the bubbles were a part of the Trilogy Yarn Hocus Pocus advent calendar. So the Halloween advent calendar last year. So it does a little bit of brioche, we get some bubbles, we get some fun garter, which was really chill, then we get into more bubbles. Then there's a big brioche section, which I don't remember. Oh, I remember where it was. And then the last bubble section here at the end. The last time I showed you, I had done like 2 bubbles in this section, and I had a little bit more to go. Well, just the rest of them. I had 6 more to go in the bind off. So, couple of things. Since I used minis, I picked out, how many are there? 8. I picked out 8 minis, and then I had a 9th one just as a backup. Like, oh, I'm probably gonna run out because the shawl gets pretty big at the end, right? And so the last time I was with you all, I was saying that I was running out faster than I thought of the minis that I was originally using for the first 2 bubble sections. But like, I didn't care, it was fine, whatever. So originally I'd planned to have this like sort of fluorescent-y purple and black be the last bubble section. And I quickly realized that that wasn't gonna be the case. So what I did was I went back to the advent calendar, and I still had, I don't know, like 5 other colors left. And so I just picked different ones that I thought would blend together more with what was already happening in the shawl. So if we look, here I can throw this up again. If we look, this whole first part, this is better, like to about here-ish, is like these colors. Just like going, and they're blending all together, because whenever I stop, I just do a little Russian join. So yeah, a Russian join with the 2 and keep going. So they're a little bit more melted together. And then when I got to like these last 4, I just picked up newer colors and went with that. And so it kind of, it goes dark, and then it gets crazy, and then it gets very orange, and then it gets black, which I feel like really grounds it and makes it, I don't know, for some reason I love it, and it really pulls it together. And then like these sections, or like this one up here, can really pop on its own, you know? Like, you'll see a little bit of the last section, like if I'm not wearing a jacket or something, but for the most part, like if it's in a jacket, you're gonna see just like a ton of color and black and white in there. So, whatever. I love it. I thought it was a great way to... I want a hat and a shawl now. It's like not even cold in this apartment. Hopefully I don't start sweating. So, sorry, you... That was so... just like full-on inner monologue coming out. Okay. Such a goofball. Yeah, like... get into all these fun colors. I absolutely love it. Also, the black and white bind off, which was written in the pattern, I love. It was making me feel very much like Lisa, 72 Stitches, when she did her couple shawls and she's doing them all with the black and white. And I was like, oh, that's fun. We're like bind off twinsies right now. So I love this. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to like snip the ends and wear this out. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Sorry, I just keep looking at it. I'm a mess. I love it. So excited for it. Yeah, I haven't really worked with minis before, like in this way. I've done like heels and toes or whatever. But I thought this was a cool project to like, oh, let me just like see what the mini hype is about. Or the big hype about minis is about, whatever. Yeah, and this worked out great. I loved doing the brioche. I low-key wish there were a little bit more of it. I know that's crazy to think. So now I'm just like trying to think of, I want to plan for like a big brioche wrap something or other. I have a couple in mind, and so I just need to pick out, which one I want to start after the MCAL, since I can't cast anything on right now. Not that I can't, it's just I told myself I shouldn't. That's all my FOs. Is that true? Yes, that's all my FOs. They're done. All right, shall we talk about some things I'm working on? I feel like I'm going through this really fast. Apologies if I am. All right. Every time I drink from this water bottle, because it has one of these little things, one of my roommates and I, we were watching, this is embarrassing. We were watching Love Island UK. It's like trash reality TV that we accidentally got obsessed with. And they always had these kinds of water bottles on the show, and I think it's so funny. Shout out to Love Island. All right, so let's talk about some stuff I've been working on. First up, in this Scrappy Angel bag with these fun little, oh, you can move this. Oh, peacocks. All right. I know I haven't been doing a lot of spinning because people, we talked about this, they keep doing these things, making these things called plans. It's really getting in my way. But I found a little bit of time to do a little bit of spinning, which, to be quite honest, was like so lovely. Just like I sat in the evening and worked on a braid for a little bit, and I was like, oh right, like I was loving this, like kind of off the deep end, getting into it, craziness for a while. Need to get back into that craziness because it was fun. So I had this fiber from Into the World, and it's just some Jacob fiber, and this is in the color Queen of France. So I spun up half of the braid. So this is what that looks like. It's got some grays and this like darker, I don't know what you would call that color. Is that burgundy? Maroon? Sure. And then these lighter bits. which is really fun. So this is half of the braid. And what I'm planning on doing with this is I have the other half here. It's all in this bag. Here's what it looks like. And so I split them down the middle. And then I realized, because I was watching someone else and they were talking about spinning something, like when I split it, I should really start weighing it so that it's like a little bit closer to even. But whatever, it's fine. So here's the other bit. And so I split it in half and I'm gonna spin one way and one the other way. Just like straight on, no breaking it up or whatever. And oh, what is that called? Like going across the top or whatever, just trying to practice going back and forth. I may have talked about this in a previous episode. So I'm working on that, so I'm not like having to tear it apart while I'm working on it. I can just like hold the braid and go. So we're getting like longer strands. So I'm gonna spin the rest of this, and then I have more of that. This is merino and mohair, maybe? No, merino alpaca? Yes, merino alpaca. So I have two of these little ones. And I'm gonna spin these on their own, the other half of the braid on its own. And then I already have that one. And then I'm gonna do a 3-ply like I did with this skein right here. These ones, these ones you can't really see, but I'm gonna spin them like I did that. So do a 3-ply, like a traditional 3-ply with them. And that's gonna be really fun. Super excited about that. So that's my spinning. It's been really nice getting back into it. I know like I left it for a hot second, but it is a nice little practice. And now that it's getting slightly cool in the morning and we can't do our like beach runs, not run, like walking over to the beach and getting in the water. Yeah, I can like get back into like, oh, it's cool out. Let me have my coffee and spin for a little bit in the morning. That's thing one that I started working on, whip one. Next thing, you all, again, before a show, I had to stop myself from working on it, mostly because I didn't want it to be where it was gonna be when I was gonna have to show it. So this is my Horatio Sweater by Jean-Philippe Cliche, and I'm using, so I have a new one, or new thing of this. So this is the fisherman's wool, and this one is just brown heather, and this one is birch tweed. So we love a little tweed, and they're both 100% wool. They're worsted weight. I know I've talked about this before too. Like I'd seen it a bunch, just like in the big box stores. Was always like, I don't know about that. And those days are long gone. Now I'm like, give me all the scratchiness. Like I don't mind. And a couple people reached out to me and were like, oh, it feels scratchy, but then when you wash it, it's still gonna be a little bit scratchy, but like it feels different after you block it. So I'm super excited about that. All right, so the body of this is done now. Show what? And then on the bottom, can you even? Oh, let me fold it. It has, I'll do this. So the bottom for the hem, you just do like a little stripe of the other color, and that will carry over into the sleeves as well. And it's a little split hem, which I've never done before. So I thought that was kind of fun just to get to the bottom of it and then go back and forth. You all, I'm so in love with this. Like, I can't wait for this to be done. So it has this fun little pattern on the front. It's super graphic, which is really dope. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's awesome. The sweater is, or the body of it is like, when I went to try it on, once it was done, well, a little bit before it was done, and then when it was done, I tried it on, and it's just like a pinch long, But I don't mind. I think I'm gonna steam block this because it's a little heavier instead of doing like a wet block on it. I don't mind it being a little bit longer. It's mostly because the way that here, how can I do this? The way that the repeats go, because I'm extra, I wanted to end with the end of a repeat. I didn't want like one of these V's to not connect, just because in my head I felt some type of way about it. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the whole repeat, which was probably like maybe 4 rows too long, which really isn't that much, for me at least. I'm gonna just finish the repeat and then I'll start the hem of it. And it worked out great. I don't mind it. I think it's gonna be wonderful. So now all I have to do is cast on, I don't remember. Oh, I think I was almost done with the body last time. Excuse me. So yeah, now all I have to do is pick up for the sleeves and get this bad boy done, which I do my sleeves 2 at a time. So sorry, I'm just like throwing stuff on the floor. It's the hottest of messes around here. What was I talking about? Oh, I do my sleeves 2 at a time, so I'm not really that worried. I went through and I read like what the next little bit entails, and it's whatever, like let's go, let's do this. So that'll probably be picked up, maybe I'll pick that up tonight. Sorry, again, I'm in my head and you all are sitting here watching watching me think about things. Maybe I'll pick that up tonight. I'll probably pick it up tomorrow, in all honesty. All right, so that's that. Next thing. I feel like it hasn't been 2 weeks, but I got a lot of like knitting done, but a lot of these things were, some of these things were small. This was not small. That sweater is not small. All right, so I'm gonna show this in 2 little bits. So again, I'm not casting on a new shawl. So I've just been like trying to find all these small projects to do. And a friend sent me this pattern, or like sent me the link to this pattern a while back saying like, oh, this is such a good pattern to use for X yarn. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. And then because I needed something small to cast on, I was like, you know what? Let me go back and look at that pattern again and buy it and then just make it. So I'm doing I'm so sorry, I don't have the actual pattern because I only printed out the chart because that's all I really needed for this. But I'm probably gonna mess up the name, but it's the Bois de Coulonge pattern. It's also a Jean-Philippe Cliche pattern. And I started a little hat. What? So look, it still has the little markers in it. So and also it like is giving me the same vibe as the sweater, right? Because it has the little chevrons, triangles. So this hat is 2 strands of fingering held together with 2 strands of mohair. So can you see? It's giving me all the Beyonce halo. And it is so soft and squishy. So I'm using, for this one, it's not done, I'm using some of the KnitPicks Capretta color. This was left over from the Fantastic I did for my friend's mom. So this is in lilac, and it's an MCN, so merino cashmere nylon, and then the mohair is also the KnitPicks Aloft, and it's in plover. Plover? Yeah. It's great. I love the fabric that it's making. I'm obsessed with this hat. It's so cute. These are done on US 7s, and I have a big noggin, and I knew that this wasn't gonna fit me, so I think I'm giving it to my roommate because it will fit her. and she'll look adorable in it. And she was like, this feels amazing. The hat is cute. And I was like, great, because it's going to be yours in a matter of days. Now, the downside to this is I knew I wasn't going to have enough of the mohair. So I ran out. Look, that's where I am. Serious yarn chicken. So I had to order some more so that I could finish. I literally did like 2 sets of the decreasing. And I was like, oh, well, I can't finish this. Which is fine. So I'm waiting for that to come in, and then I'll definitely be finishing this hat. So you'll probably see it again, just completed. This is great. Absolutely obsessed. I can't. So another 2-for-1. This is living in a fringe supply bag. Too bad they don't make these anymore. Glad I snagged one before they stopped making them. So, because I didn't have enough of the mohair, I was like, oh, what am I gonna do now? I could make another dishcloth, or I could cake up something else and cast another one of them on. So stupid. So I'm using Trilogy yarn in the plush base for the fingering weight, and that's her MCN base. So it's 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon, and I'm also using her Surrey base, which is 74% baby Surrey alpaca and 26% silk. Oh, and the Surrey is like 328 yards, and the fingering weight is 450. So here's the little tag. A little tape from holding the things after I caked them up. So the color I'm using is, which I'm so excited about, is the I'm Here For It colorway that Nancy dyed up and just because she's amazing, and I say that all the time. So I've shown this caked up before, but here, or no, skeined up before. So here it is caked up. I love orange, although I don't really knit with a lot of it, but it's like my favorite color. It's just so happy. All of them, like in the orange family, I live. Obviously the fingering, the Surrey. I don't think I've ever used a Surrey before, and baby boy, this is really nice. I feel like, and people correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I don't get the like you get with mohair. Do you know what I mean? This, it's everywhere. I'm not getting it that much, and now that I say that, I know that it's gonna happen when I go to work on this hat again. I'll be like, ugh, it's everywhere. Anywho, so last night I cast on another one of those hats, and this time I'm doing it on 8s because I had to make this one for me since it's a colorway inspired by me. I'm gonna make it for myself. So here it is, knit up. I'm just at the beginning. Can we take a minute? It's like giving me soft stripes. Ooh, I can't. And I love the way that the Surrey and the fingering weight is like playing together. Oh, I'm so obsessed. So I'm just at the very beginning of the chart that is with this pattern. So, which is crazy. I did all this. This is like 4.5 inches of ribbing. Granted, it's only 80 stitches, something like that. It's like 4.5 inches of ribbing, which go me. Last night, just while we were hanging out watching TV, and did just the setup row for when the chart starts to happen. So I'm hoping that this will get done soon, even though it's not going to be cold here anytime soon. I want it to be done because as soon as we have another little dip, I want to be throwing this on to wear outside, even though it's going to be way too hot. I mean, it's giving me very much chunk. It's going to be warm, which I'm super excited about for those really, really cold days here in the city. So this is the I'm Here For It knit up. I'm super excited. It's going to be another Bois de Coulonge hat. Hope I'm saying that right. If not, bear with me. And that's my last little whip, I think. Did I sneak something else in here? No. So that's that. I do have something caked up, and it's like looking at me right now. I caked this up because I wanted to start, before I decided on which pair of toe-up socks I wanted to do. I caked up this yarn that Kevin dyed over at Needles at the Ready. I think it's old number 7, if I'm not mistaken. And this is gonna be a pair of socks. Wonder something, Wonder something, I think. I'll put the link below. Literally everything I've talked about will be linked below. So just click on the little down bar and it'll pop up. Anyway, these are gonna be a pair of socks with a pattern by Matt Akers. I'll probably cast that on this week while I'm going through and reading up on all of the other patterns that you all so kindly recommended for me. So super excited about this. I'm loving this goldish color, goldy yellow color. Yeah, I'm super excited to cast this on. I keep saying super excited today too. So that's next up to be put on the needles. And I think that might be it for everything that I've done. It's kind of a lot, but a lot of things are small, but like, yeah, I don't really sleep. Because I do. I stay up late. I'm a night owl, so like I get a big chunk of like knitting time in the evenings. But I have gotten a lot of stuff done now that I'm holding it all up. And I love these little projects. It's so nice to have little things to just like grab and go now that I'm like kind of getting out of the house more to go work and things like that. Anyway, it's great. So before I go, a couple other things. One, which I should have talked about at the beginning, but it's okay, I'm talking about it now. The shelved Piece make-along that I'm hosting is over next week. So by the time the next video comes out, the make-along will be over. So if you are still working on something, make sure that you put them in the FO thread that's over on Ravelry in the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast group. Just drop it in there. And for the podiversary, I will dole out prizes for that. It's been so cool. I know I said it before. It's been so cool seeing people make things that have just been lying around, or like, oh my gosh, I've had this yarn for forever, or this pattern for forever, or this bag was under the bed and I started it 15 years ago and just never finished it. Love this story. This was one of them, actually. I had this stuff just sitting around and I was like, I need to make this already. Oh, the same thing with the sweater. So this is complete. That's almost done. For sure, I won't say for sure it'll be finished by the next episode. So at least I got one thing done for the make-along that I'm running. And hopefully that one will be almost done soon. So make sure you go over and do that. And yeah, drop me some things that you would like to see in this upcoming year of the podcast. Literally, I can't believe it's been a year. Yeah. Anyway, last but not least is music rec for the week. Again, thanks to everyone who's reached out about wanting to add things to the playlist over on Spotify. Again, I will keep it open for the week after this goes up. So today is Saturday, so it'll be up from Saturday to Saturday. Feel free to add things to it. It's collaborative, and then I'll make it not collaborative after the first week of the pod being out. Just, it makes it a little bit easier. I can track just like what's happening a little bit better. Also, it forces me to be on top of it and jam out. You know, I like go and check and I'm like, ooh, what songs were added? Okay, cool. So this week, or this episode, I'm recommending, because they're on tour right now, or they like played a concert in New York and they hadn't played together for like 15 years or something. I'm recommending the Fugees' The Score album. Now, this is a little I say that this all the time too. It's a little left field-ish, maybe for some people, but this album is absolutely incredible. Like, who doesn't love Lauryn Hill? Yeah, this album's great. Oh my God, this came out in 96. Good night. I gotta go. Okay, so my recommendations from the album that I will throw into the playlist are, I'll do the bangers that like most people know. I won't do all of them. So Ready or Not is so good. Fuji La is amazing. And the cover to Killing Me Softly, like the Roberta Flack song, classic in its own right. And the cover of No Woman No Cry is also on here. So the Fugees The Score is my recommendation for this episode. I hope you all enjoy. Actually, I'm gonna go put this on right now and just like groove out a little bit while I'm waiting for this to upload. Anyway, I think that is it for me this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in, for watching, for those of you that have been around for a while. It's been a great year. I thank you for sticking around, for commenting and all that jazz. For anyone that's new, thanks for hopping on and enjoying or coming along for this ride. You can do, if you've made it to the end of this video, which I should probably say in the beginning, if you've enjoyed, make sure you do all that fun YouTube-y stuff, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Let's build a bigger community of peacemakers together. And until I see you the next time, make a piece, spread some peace. Peace.